Really quick, UnCloned Insiders, it's time to go from unknown to uncloned. You got to have the UnCloned book bundle, the #1 book bundle in the marketplace to help you live an uncloned life and build an uncloned brand. All you have to do is head over to unclonedbb.com. That is UnClonedBB.com. Until next time, let's go live an uncloned life and build an uncloned brand. Hey y'all, what's going on? Hopefully you can hear me. Hope all is well. We're going to get started on today's conversation. Yes, today's video is about lessons I learned while working out for 30 days straight. But I just jump right into my YouTube videos, and I don't want to jump in today and assume everybody knows, one, who I am, or two, how we serve. So really quick, I do want to briefly introduce myself for those people who may not know who I am, right? So my name is Audria Richmond. I'm a brand and marketing strategist and CEO of UnCloned Media. I have over 16 years of branding, marketing, and publishing experience, which that is going to be 17 years tomorrow. Author of 3 best-selling books. I've written 3 books with one on the way for 2026. I've launched over 99 marketing campaigns since 2014. I've sold over 13,000 copies of all of my books worldwide. I've sold and shipped over 1,800 uncloned marketing systems worldwide, and I've generated over $4 million in sales since 2014. So, I just want you to know where this information is coming from. And even though we're going to be talking about something personal, I still believe that this is still tied to brand building. All right. So let's get into what did working out for 30 days teach me? Now, if you are not tapped into the community, you probably don't even know that this was something that we were focusing on. My husband and I, we talked a lot about how can we be consistent? How can we, put ourselves out there in a big way? But how do we do it without always quitting, right? Like, how many times have you said you were going to do something and then you just quit, or you fizzled out, or life happened, or whatever? Hopefully, after you watch today's YouTube video, that you walk away feeling inspired to try something, even if it's not working out. It may be, can you go 30 days with creating content? Can you go 30 days with pitching yourself? Can you go 30 days with pitching yourself for speaking opportunities? Whatever it is, what is that thing that you need to be consistent with? Now, with me, I feel like I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to business, but there's a lot of areas in my life personally that I don't feel as disciplined in, and working out was one of those things. All right. And so I have a few lessons that I want to go over. And then if you find any value from what we're sharing today, let me know in the comments below. If you're watching live with us, let us know there as well. All right. Okay. So the first thing I learned from working out 30 days straight is that your brain will believe any lie, and it will also believe any new truths. So what are you talking about, Audria? Well, I was I was telling myself that, it's impossible to work out every day, right? It's impossible to work out every day. That's something that I was telling myself over and over and over. Like, I don't have time to work out, this, that, and that. I was making every excuse under the sun on why I couldn't work out every single day. And one thing about the brain, whatever you tell it, it believes. So if I've been telling myself day in and day out, like, oh, you can't work out every day, you can't work out every day, you can't work out every day. And then the moment that I decide to work out and I don't work out, then I can kind of justify that lie, right? But then I started telling myself a truth. I am a person who can work out every day. I will prioritize working out every day. I have what it takes to work out every day. Now, again, if you are like a fitness person, this is probably laughable, maybe. But if you are a person who struggled to get anything done, especially something you knew was important that would drive the needle and be very, important for what you have going on, then you would probably prioritize whatever that thing is that's keeping you from getting to that milestone. And for me, it was working out. So I would tell myself, like, oh, you can't work out every day. And then it became true, right? That I wasn't working out every day. And then I said, you know what? Just as quick as you can believe a lie, you can believe a truth, right? And you get to determine what that truth is. So for me, it was, I am a person who is fit, who work out every single day. I am a person who is fit, who work out every single day. So it's all about rewiring your brain and telling yourself something new in order for you to be able to override whatever thing that you can't stay focused with or keep going with. All right. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is timing is everything. Okay. Now, it's easy to be like, I don't have time, right? That was another thing that I kept saying. Well, I don't have time. I have to work. I have to do this. I have to do that, blah, 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 right? And what was happening was, it was when I was trying to work out that was out of alignment, right? So if you keep telling yourself you don't have time, it's because you're probably not making time, right? So for me, I was like, okay, my husband suggested that we do, soul work first, we work out, and then we do our work, right? And so just by putting myself first at the top of the day gave me the time that I didn't think that I had. Another thing, going to bed early, that helped, right? In addition to going to bed early, is waking up early if I knew I had something to do earlier in that day. So for instance, let's say I had something to do at 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, I know, okay, go and, get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning so you can work out, still do what you need to do, and then make yourself available for everything else, right? So I had to tell myself that you can make time for this. This is important. Quit saying you can't make time for it. So if you keep telling yourself, I don't have time to market, I don't have time to tell people about my business, I don't have time to do whatever, it's because you're not making time. Because if it was important for you, you would make time. It is important for me to work out. So guess what? I had to make time, right? So hopefully you all are finding value in this. All right. Number 3, when your mind tries to justify why you can skip, don't. So let me tell you what I mean by this. So I would work out for at first it was like, okay, can you work out 3 days in a row? Then it was like, can you work out 6 days in a row? So on and so forth, right? So I would get let's say I did 7 days straight. I'd be like, well, you did go 7 days straight. All you have to do now is you could take a break, right? And then you can get back at it tomorrow. And I was like, nope. Because the moment you start justifying your excuses, then you won't get anything done. So I was like, no, I'm going to work out. Even on the days where I was just like, oh, I'm tired, I ain't got it in me, blah, 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 blah. Words are powerful. I was like, no, I can do it. I won't skip. I'm doing it now. And I would have to muster up the energy, and I would have to push myself some days to do it, to keep from letting my ego believe that it's right? And stop making excuses and justifying it. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. Okay. Now, before we get into the next 2 talking points, I do want to let you all know that today, at the time of this recording, today is the last day to get your tickets to UnCloned Brand Live. And if you want to learn a little bit more about it, let me play this quick little commercial, and then I'll be back with the next 2 talking points. Listen up, because this ad is only for those who are ready to become the obvious choice in their industry. Join me July 18th through the 20th, 2025 for UnCloned Brand Live. This conference is designed exclusively For innovators and history makers who is sick and tired of blending in, copying and pasting boring, outdated strategies and want a proven framework for building a brand that is the obvious choice. Head over to www.uncloned.live to grab your tickets now. Alrighty, so like I said, when your mind try to justify when you can skip, just don't. Okay, so let's get into our next talking point. Number 4, starting small builds big momentum. It's easy to believe that, and it still blows my mind that this all started with just us dedicating to 3 days, then dedicating to 6 days, then dedicating to more days, so on and so forth. Because I think a lot of the times we look at starting small as a weakness, or like, oh, I could do better than this and the third. Start where you are. Be okay where you are. Give yourself grace for where you are. Don't beat yourself up, right? If I wouldn't have started for those first 3 days, those 3 days wouldn't have turned into 6 days. And those 6 days wouldn't have turned into 12 days. And those 12 days wouldn't have turned into 24 days, so on and so forth. All right? So just know that when you are starting small, don't look at it as some bad thing. Look at it as something that, like, oh, I can be committed. Like, okay, for you, you might not want to start with 3 days. You might want to say, all right, tomorrow I'm going to do what I say. And that's the other thing about starting small. You want to get out of the habit of lying to yourself, right? I remember another marketer saying that, like, the person who has heard you lie to yourself the most is you, right? So if you're constantly lying to yourself and you're constantly justifying your lies, you will never see progress. So if you can't see progress, then start small. Start with something that is manageable. Start with something that you can get done. All right. And number 5 is nothing on this planet is more important than putting yourself first. This is crucial. Okay. This is so crucial because for a long time, I would get up and I would prioritize my work, my clients, my family, my friends. I would prioritize everything but me. And for the first time in my adult life, I'm starting every day with me first, pouring into my own soul, working out, prioritizing my fitness, my mental health, all of that in the morning before I try to see what's going on social media, before I try to see what's trending and all of that. Like, if I can't put myself first, then I'm allowing anything that's going on in the world to distract and destroy me for that day because I'm not focused. So just know that there's nothing on this planet that's more important than putting yourself first. All right. So let me go over these real quick for those who may need a recap. So number 1, your brain will believe any lie. It will also believe any new truths. So give yourself a new truth. Number 2, timing is everything. You have the time even if you think you don't. Right. I used to say, I'm not making, I don't have the time. I don't have time. And then I made the time. All right. Number 3, when your mind tries to justify why you can skip, don't. So if your brain is like, girl, you can do that lunch next Friday when you had it scheduled for Monday, do it on Monday. Get in the habit of keeping your word and making time for the things you say you're going to do. Number 4, starting small builds big wins. Be okay with starting small. And number 5, nothing on this planet is more important than putting yourself first. All right. Now, oftentimes when I do these YouTube videos, I kind of just jump in, share all the information, and then jet out. Today and going forward, we're going to start showing you how you can work with us, because I think we could do a better job as an organization on letting you all know that instead of assuming you all know how to work with us. All right. So we help our clients master 7 key areas that position them as the obvious choice in their industry. The first thing we help our clients do is own the role of the CEO so they can lead an uncloned brand. You cannot build a brand if you're not a CEO that knows how to lead yourself and your company. Number 2, we help our clients build a brand that's strategically designed, visually stunning, and fully protected. Number 3, we help our clients create compelling offers that don't blend in with their competition. Number 4, we help our clients, we teach our clients how to use uncloned marketing strategies to launch marketing campaigns that can't be ignored. Number 5, we help our clients create content that's original and builds authority and credibility. Number 6, we show our clients how to pitch their brand and secure next level opportunities on demand. And number 7, we teach our clients how to author publishing projects that establish them as the go-to authority in their industry. And this makes up our UnCloned brand framework. If you want us to help you with all of these or some of these, head over to unclonedbrand.com to get started with working with us today. That's www.unclonedbrand.com so you can learn step by step how to work with us so we can help you become the obvious choice in your industry. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. If you're watching this on a replay, let me know your biggest takeaway in the comments below. And until next time, y'all, let's go live an uncloned life and build an uncloned brand. Bye, y'all.